Shalom. Start off with the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach, Wadesh. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forward this word with truth, sincerity, and you few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the camp GMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson, and the eyes of our people will stay darkened until the end comes. All right, really referring to the two-thirds because, of course, the election has to be saved. But as far as the rest, two-thirds that's in the soils of America, they will be blinded until the destruction comes, man. Their eyes will stay darkened. They will not understand the truth. Although there's going to be miracles, there's going to be different miraculous things that the Lord does, but still, they will not see the gravity of this truth, man. And it's prophesied. Okay, so let's get this in Isaiah 9. All right, in verse 6, I like it. Isaiah 6, 6 and 9. Isaiah 6 and verse 9, it says, "And he said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy. Shut their eyes, lest their eye it's like it, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed." Okay, so there's an angel currently right now. Yeah, I'm saying there's angels that's blocking the minds of our people. Okay, just like we have, angels on the right hand side, which is the Wakakodash, working on the minds of the elect to understand this truth, like it's prophesied. And let's get that in Isaiah 30 and 21. The same way, I'm saying, there's angels working on the minds of the two-thirds for them not to see the truth, man. Although we break it down to the gritty nitty, I'm saying, we break it down to the A, to the C, to the D, to the letter, man. I'm saying? You bring out actual history, you filter it out with the scriptures. But if they're not meant to understand it, they will not. Okay? That's why Apostle Paul stated, on Apollos, how does it go again? I planted, Apollos watered, but what the Most High gave the increase. Okay? It's up to the Lord to open the mind of an individual for them to get it. It's not up to us. All we could do is plant and water. And if the Lord wants it to grow for them to understand, then they will. If not, then hey, it is what it is. Okay? And that brings a peace of mind too, man, knowing that, man. Okay, because at first, when you first come in, you try to convince everybody, you're trying to shove the truth down everybody's throat, but, they won't get it. You're like, why can't you understand this? Why can't you see this like I see it? Why can't you see how that, this is a precious pearl, you know? Because what? Their eyes were darkened. Okay, so let's get this. This is Isaiah 30, and verse 21. It says, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left." That's basically the Wachachodash guiding us, okay, to maneuver and understand the breakdowns. Okay, we have an inward voice in our mind that's telling us where to go, to back up a precept with a particular precept, or whether to follow, certain lessons that brothers make to follow in the spirit. Because sometimes the spirit jumps around, it might jump from one topic to another, but that voice that's behind your ear is is keeping you captivated and following along and understanding. Okay, so likewise on the left hand side, there's the same voice that's blocking the minds of our people for them to not get it, man. Okay, saying, nah, I don't believe him. He's lying, man. He's lying. Oh, how come he says say this? How come it says this and that aspect of the scripture? And then they use that, they use one scripture I'm saying, to make their point of how that, nah, what you're saying is not true. You know how it is, man. Especially with them Christians when they, try to come up against the truth, they always have one precept to, I'm saying, one foundational precept to combat what we're saying, man. I'm saying? But regardless, the Lord has darkened, has blocked the third eye of our people. I'm saying? He has blocked their pineal gland for them to understand the spiritual aspects of the scriptures, man. And that's a fact. Okay, so back to Isaiah 6. Back to Isaiah 6. And uh, verse 11 now it says, Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, Until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. So see, so they will be blinded until the destruction comes. Can you imagine, man? You know what I'm saying? Your eyes stay dim. You don't understand the truth. You won't get any answers until you get burned with that nuclear fire. Damn, that's man, shit. Lord willing, that ain't me, man. I hope I'm of the elect, man. That's why, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going, I'm doing what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Making my calling and election sure, man. You know, which all brothers are doing this, man, if they're really sincere. Okay, because, yo, can you imagine, man? Your eyes being darkened until the destruction comes, bro. That means the Lord has showed no favor unto you. That means the Lord really doesn't like you. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the Lord's going to view these two-thirds just like E. He's going to view these two-thirds just like Edomites because, you know, they're going to decide to take sides with E, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the MOTV comes into play. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people are going to side with the devil and consent and take the grain of rice, which is the microchip, inside their body, man. So, of course, the Lord is going to view them as Edomites and burn them up, man, and not give them the understanding. It makes sense, you know, because that's that same generation that was in the wilderness, that was ungrateful, that was tempting the Lord, okay? That same generation is back here today. So, of course, the Lord's not going to make the same mistake twice, man. Not even twice. Multiple times this happened where people rebelled against their power, man. The Lord's not making the same mistake. He showed favor multiple times. You know what I'm saying? That's why in Isaiah the first chapter it says what? There is no healing of thy bruise, man. The Lord's going to make sure he resets you nigglets, you end dubs on this side, man. You know, you have to be resetted. You know, Jake has to be resetted, man, because their mind is completely polluted with the ways of E, man, with the ways of this world. Okay, like it says in Proverbs 12th chapter and verse 26, it says, The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. You see? The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, man. But what? The ways of E, the ways of this devil Esau, Edom being the so-called white man, has seduced our people. They have been seduced. And that's a fact. You know, Jay wants to be just like E. He wants to be equal. He's trying to get a piece of the pie. Okay? He's going to corrupt his morals, corrupt his integrity just to get on a level in the society, man. You know? I mean, prime examples of these celebrities. You know what I'm saying? They tainted their soul. You know, they sold their soul just to get status in this world that is going to expire very soon. You know, the fame that they have acquired has an expiry date, man. Ain't it true fame? You know what I'm saying? And Esau utilizes the celebrities also to darken the eyes of our people. That's another way that the Lord is keeping our people, their eyes dim too. It's by utilizing the sword, which is Esau, Edom, okay, to blind the minds of our people. And Esau, he uses our people, okay, that has influence to even more darken the eyes of our people, man. And who's the masterful puppeteer play is the Lord. He's the one that's controlling the puppets, running the show, controlling E to where E controls the celebrities, to where the celebrities they put on the pedestal and to blind the minds of our people. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Jake, you know, they're impressionable. That's why the Lord refers to his people as sheep. They're impressionable. So, you know, they idolize these celebrities. You know, your LeBron James, your Jay-Z's, your Kanye's, you know, your different movie stars, Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? All these different top guys, they idolize these guys and they're trying to be like them. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that they do, they're going to try to do it too. You know? Let's get that in Corinthians, in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, in verse 3. It says, But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. You see? If our gospel is hid, it's only hid to them that are lost. Okay? Which is, hey, 2/3, man, they're lost. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained, and the rest were blinded. Romans 11:7. You know what I'm saying? Jake is looking for an answer, but they can't find shit because they're lost. Even though the signs be right in front of them, they see the prophets, yet they can see that this is what they're looking for, man. You know, completely through. And that's the Lord doing that, man. But let's continue. It says, verse 4, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of a Mashiach, who is the image of of Yahweh, should shine unto them. You see, so the God of this world has blinded their mind. Who's the God of this world? Man. He's responsible. You know what I'm saying? He's the God of this world that has blinded the mind of our people. And like I stated earlier, and one of the aspects of how he does that is by, putting these celebrities on a pedestal for people to idolize, you know, for people to mimic after and worship them and, follow the ways of wickedness. And you can't even tell Jake, these celebrities, they're corrupt. They've done, things in the background it's a shame to speak about, different sacrifices, thing of that nature, corrupting their manhood. But Jake's like, no, 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 not Lil Baby, not Lil Wayne. No, I don't believe that, man. And some of them might believe, but yet they're still gonna idolize. They'll say, "Oh yeah, I know, man. I've seen the YouTube videos, man. Yeah, man. I've seen it, man. Yeah, these guys are, yeah, man. They're not right." And then Jake is still following, idolizing these niggas, even though if they know. You know what I'm saying? It's madness. That it shows you how deep that the Lord has darkened their eyes, man. So we can't do anything. We can't do anything to save 2/3, man. All we could do is preach the word. That's it. And whoever's meant to get it will get it. You know what? Let's get the I planted, because it must be brought out, man. Because that's what we're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not up to us. It's the Lord who decides who gets this and who doesn't, man. So this is 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase. You see? Paul planted, Apollos watered, but what? It was Yahweh Bashim Yamshai that gave the increase. Because like it says in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, he's the one that openeth and no man shutteth. Opening and shutteth what? The door of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Your spiritual eye. To see the spiritual aspects, man. You know what I'm saying? To see the value. You know what I'm saying? He's the one. So of course he's the one that waters. All we have to do is just say, preach the word, plant, water, and then if you're meant to grow, you're gonna grow. If not, hey, it is what it is, man. And we ain't gonna be sad and losing sleep about it, because we understand. At first, it might, when you first come in, it might be like, oh, what's going on? Why come in and not seeing this? It might frustrate you, but once you come, more, you get more understanding, and you read more of these scriptures. How is the Lord that's responsible for blinding their mind? You're like, okay, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're not meant to get it, okay, kick rocks. Continue on your folly. At the end of the day, you're gonna come back in the kingdom as a nutsack Israelite. You're gonna be resetted. You know what I'm saying? So let's get Isaiah 60 as well. Okay? Because that goes into blinding the minds of our people as well. Isaiah 60 and verse 1, it says, arise, shine, for the light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Yeah, and indeed our light is come. How do we know that? Because the mere fact that we have this truth, man, that's an indicator how that our light has come. The truth has come, and eventually the true light, which is Yahushua, will come and deliver us from this captivity, man. Like Yahushua is known as what? The morning star. You know what I'm saying? That's the true Luciferian, man. That's the true holder of the light. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah, think about that. Anyways, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. You see, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. You know what I'm saying? Our people are covered in gross darkness. The so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, they're covered in gross darkness, man. They're calling themselves by these bywords. I'm black, I'm a Negro, I'm African American, I'm Haitian, I'm Benjamin, I'm Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I'm Native. Not calling themselves who they truly are. The sons of the Heavenly Father, man. The sons of God. Completely through. You see what I'm saying? And, like it reads, the darkness shall cover the earth and gross darkness the people. Like we read, who's responsible is he. He's the one that's covered the people in gross darkness. And that's a fact. Let's get that in Psalms 37, which the Lord is the masterful when I play too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is Psalms 37. What the fuck happened? Like, yeah, I'm doing this walk and talking. Old lady's driving the bus. She made a wrong turn. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Um, so Psalms 37 and verse da, 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 and verse 35. I've seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. So currently, right now, the wicked Esau Edom is in great power, and he has spread his branches throughout the whole world to darken everybody, man. Everybody's following the vibration of E, following the vibration of Babylon the Great, and that's a fact. You know, what does a tree do? What does a tree do? A tree gives shade. Okay, when it's a sunny day, you know, when it's a sunny day, you go. Oh, people are bugging out, bro. What the fuck? A whole lot of demons, man. Anyways, um, when it's a sunny day, people go under a tree to catch shade. And basically, Esau is the one that's shading everything, turning lies into truth, turning everything upside down, to where that these people, even when the truth is presented to them, they can't believe it because they have been, made lies their refuge. They have trusted in Esau's lies so much to where that when the truth is presented, they're like, nah, this isn't the truth. You're lying, you know? So Esau has done a great job, man. To the left-hand side of the Lord's power, he has done a great job at dimming and darkening the eyes of our people, man. And that's a fact. That's a fact, man. But that's the point, man. People, they will stay darkened until the end comes, like it says in Isaiah 6 and 11. Okay, so I'm gonna close it off there, man. By giving all the praise and the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach, Wadash. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm gonna say Shalom.